Hello, everybody. I am recording from Raleigh, North Carolina right now, but I'm actually going to be talking about the lead up to the move, as the last 2 or 3 weeks have been really busy, so I did not really have time to record right after the end of the 27th month of being a dad. So I'm doing it a few weeks late, but I'm going to do my best at remembering everything and all the drama leading up to it. So there were a few bumps in the road, unfortunately, coming to Raleigh. A couple of small delays here or there, waiting on some things from the government, which is always fun when they're delayed in doing things. And then just lining everything up was a little bit difficult at times, but we worked it all out. But I think one of the most difficult things was saying bye to people that I probably will not see again. Obviously, my very close friends and family, I'll try to visit at least once a year, but the people that I might have seen on a regular basis that I worked with or had less close relationships with are people that I might stay in touch with through text message or occasional phone calls. But if I did go back and visit Massachusetts for a week, I likely would not be seeing them just because of my limited time there and probably going back during the holidays and things like that. So it would be very family oriented. But luckily, technology will allow us to stay connected. I don't really use social media much at all, but certainly text message and email and things like that are things that I use on a regular basis to stay connected with my friends who live in other states or in other countries. I think having friends in places like Brazil and Argentina that I've been able to stay in touch with for 5+ years gives me confidence that I'll still be able to stay in touch with many of the people that I am leaving from Massachusetts. Obviously, Nicholas, or Nick as we're starting to call him more and more, has no clue what's going on with the move, so I think that's a good thing. The plan was for me to drive down with my dad, with one of us driving a car and one of us driving a moving truck, and then Nicholas and my wife Ingrid would stay with my sister-in-law and then fly down after my dad and I moved everything in and got a little bit settled in. And I think that plan worked really well in regards to not having to drive 13 or 14 hours with a 2-year-old in the car and having to stop probably every 30 minutes to an hour so he can run around. It would probably take more than a week. And unless we wanted to make it a true road trip where we take a week-long vacation, then it really made no sense for him to come along for the ride. So besides all the preparation, we were enjoying the nice weather in the late spring where we were living in Massachusetts near the coast. It was a little disappointing knowing that we would be moving to a place where it's kind of too hot in the summers, like late June and early July would be the first few weeks we'd be there. And that's probably the most ideal time to be where we were living in Massachusetts, whereas it's probably the worst time to be living locally in Raleigh. So that was okay though, because we knew that the timing wasn't going to be perfect and we just needed to take an opportunity when it was presented to us. And I think part of me wanted to move at a time of year where it's considered to be the worst time to be in Raleigh and maybe the best time to be in Massachusetts. Because if I could get through the first 2 months and still really like it, then it was going to be a good confidence boost that long term it was going to be a great fit. So that wraps up the video for this month. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.